America sucks. We aren't free. I hate it here. Well then why don't you leave?
I've been waiting for the day when someone threw this question back at my face. I don't know how much life experience you have, boy, but you seem to be under the impression that moving, in general, is free. I didn't realize that there's a house or an apartment in Germany waiting for me to hop aboard a plane right now with my name on it. And you say airfare is free too? Oh wait, it's not. It costs $3,000 just for me to renounce my U.S. citizenship. Just to renounce it. Unless you're willing to give me a free pass. Unless you're willing to find that house for me, free airfare, everything else. The good thing about being born in the land of the free is that I have the freedom to bitch and complain about this country all I fucking want. I'm currently in the middle of a crisis. I have witnessed the Mandela effect firsthand. Bear with me. If you're coming from the exact place I'm going to be coming from, you'll understand. How many of you out there remember Tostinos? Tostinos pizza rolls. I am just learning now that apparently it was never Tostinos. Where's the S? Where's the S? I do not remember at all it being Totinos. It's always been Tostinos. I have discovered the truth. If I've gone missing after this, it was Totinos. Your pizza rolls were a lie. So I've seen a couple of comments like this. And let me just say right now, you are wrong. It's not just me on this. The image that I actually used for that video was from another TikTok user who was saying the exact same thing. There are countless people that remember Totino's pizza rolls being Tostinos. It's not just me on this. Now, I am fully aware of Tostitos chips. However, I very rarely think of them. The only thing remotely close to resembling that I know of as a brand is Tostitos pizza rolls. And I just made a new friend over this, and I agree with her. Put the goddamn S back. We hereby do not recognize Totinos as a brand. It's always been Tostinos.
Go put this on and tell me how long you can make it before you turn it off. I got around 7 minutes in.
I understand why it has a low rating. I made it 6 minutes in. Now, I'm not about to go on a rant and say, oh my god, that was like the worst anime I've ever seen. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I've seen other videos out there that are like far worse at animation quality that I've watched more of than I'd like to admit. But it was so utterly forgettable. I mean, it was not entertaining whatsoever. I don't know what it was trying to be. It seemed like it tried to be a bootleg version of Evangelion, but not even that. I don't know. I don't know who the hell was behind that, but they need to stop. I was just told something that's got me rolling. I can't vouch for the validity of the claim, but apparently the planet Uranus was originally going to be called George after King George. You know how funny that would have been this day and age? You've got all these other elegant sounding planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. And then you got George. And Pluto. Pluto is still a planet. You can't convince me otherwise. But that would have been brilliant. They should have gone with that, too. It would have spared me from hearing all of the Uranus jokes I heard growing up.
A gateway for pedophilia to be opened is not transphobic.
Aloha and howdy do. I'm really hoping you're not from Hawaii, because you are so far out of your lane in this conversation that you've gone into oncoming traffic, and you're going to get hit with a lot of experience and knowledge. Two things that you sorely lack in most of your videos. Except the drinking game. I did like that drinking game. I was a sex crimes detective in Honolulu. And yeah, we probably did have a case where a guy dressed up like as a woman and assaulted somebody and hurt them in the bathroom. But not so many times that we can create stats on it. But you know what I have tons of stats on? Christian, God-fearing family men being pedophiles. Tons of that. Like, I don't know, dear old dad, your grandfather. How's uncle's hugs, by the way? You know how many times I've watched little girls like you sob in courtrooms as your boyfriends are convicted for molestation? You don't have to create these boogeymen. You're probably living with them. And as far as the bathrooms in Hawaii, guaranteed transgenders have been around you tons of times and never raped you once. It says more about you. Stick with the drinking games, okay?
I can try, but fair warning, my place is fairly messy. We have Lucifer and Rom's altars between my old as fuck TV. Venus's altar right here over by the window. The coffee table where I burn incense that currently has my laundry money and a used bowl and plate on it. This is where I sit to contemplate life. This is basically where I eat, make TikToks, and watch TV. We have Cedar the Okapi horse and a Loki bear right there. Hey, baby. The two pictures I got at Goodwill that give me major deja vu. This one also gives me deja vu. This one doesn't give me deja vu, but it has good vibes. This succulent, which happens to be the first plant in my life that I haven't killed. My messy as all hell kitchen. I want you guys to take a guess on who those hex jars are for. Motivational tapestry. My bathroom. The mirror that I broke. I'm too tall for the shower. Part 2 of my apartment tour. Sif decided to come and say hello. Hey, baby. The collect-all corner, because I don't have a collect-all table yet. We're about to enter my bedroom now, and, you're gonna find out some interesting stuff about me. My action figures of Nightcrawler and Loki. My figurine shelf. Black Butler wall scroll. These clay tablets that I got from a high school art class. Hold up. Oh my god, Alistair's alive! I totally forgot I had that effect on. I'm sorry. My workstation. As you can see, it's kind of a mess, but we have a script in progress. And yes, I own a reborn baby that looks like the blue aliens from Avatar. The only merch I ever got from Unis Honest. This is Jack, and this is Scarlet. Okay, just to keep rumors from spreading, let me clear things up. 1, the fursuit head that was saw in one of my previous videos was a pillow. It's a pillow. 2, yes, I am a furry. I have 2 personas named Gyptus and Black Ice. I've owned fursuit parts, never a full suit, and I've had to sell all my fursuit parts just to make ends meet. I want to own a fursuit someday, but right now that's just not in the budget. Oh boy, more deep questions. The initial plan is to either work or do YouTube until I have accumulated enough money to either buy a drawing tablet or a computer that has animation software on it so I can start animating. Start learning how to animate anyway. I have said many a times, either in a video or a live stream, the day I learn how to animate the way it goes down in my head, it's all over. Brain guts will come splooging out in video after video. It will make a monster out of me. There will be no stopping me.
You're not born gay. It's a choice.
This TikTok is going to contain information that may not be suitable for minors. The act of going down upon a woman makes me physically nauseous. The idea of going out and buying a dress just because of what may or may not be between my legs makes me nauseous. The idea of identifying as female makes me nauseous. I identify as a gay trans man. I was not conditioned to identify that way. I didn't roll out of bed one morning and just think, hey, you know what might be fun? Growing up, I thought I was a tomboy. Turns out I was just trans. It took hauling my dad into my gender therapist's office just for him to grasp this concept too. Fuck off.
So, what's the most ridiculous thing that's ever gone down at your school?
This one's gonna be a little bit gross. My sister would often come home with stories about the great phantom crapper. Apparently, there was a boy somewhere in her school that was notorious for leaving gigantic logs in the toilets. Logs so big that the janitor would have to come in and break it apart before it could actually be flushed down the toilet, because otherwise it would just clog the toilet. And apparently these loads also smelled like death. Like you could smell it throughout the whole hallway. To this day, the case of the Great Phantom Crapper remains a mystery that will forever remain unsolved.
Traced back to the first case of COVID, scientists found was November 17th, 2019. So, Scorpios, y'all got lots of explaining to do. I'm passing this on to you guys.
As a member of the Scorpio community, that is not entirely true. A somewhat type of coronavirus was actually discovered on September 28th, 2012. And if you were born September 28th, that means you are a Libra. So Libras, you...
Hi there, as a proud member of the Libra community, I can clear all this up for us. As you can see, I've done some intense research for this. Through my research, I skipped through 6 different types of coronavirus and found the first one that was ever discovered. The first strain of coronavirus, 229E, was actually discovered by Dorothy Hamry in early April of 1965. So Aries, what you gotta say for yourselves?
For the love of... Y'all really seem to have lost the original train of thought, haven't ya? I appreciate the in-depth analysis, Libra, but we're talking about COVID-19 here. Weren't worried about this shit until COVID-19 popped up. Which brings this entire freaking argument full circle back to Scorpio. And I'm a March Aries, don't fucking look at me. Stitch or duet this and tell me, what is your state's magic elixir? That one product that everyone buys because it can cure just about anything, even though you wouldn't suspect it. Every Michigander is probably familiar with this one. Werner's Ginger Ale. You got a sore throat? Drink some Werner's. You got a cold or the flu? Drink some Werner's. You got a tummy ache? Drink some Werner's. I would not be surprised if there were Michiganders who tried curing cases of the coronavirus with this stuff. For me, I typically suffer from one cold once per year, either in the spring or the winter. And usually, the effects of that cold will last about a week. Drinking about 3 glasses of Werner's per day, however, it can knock out one of my colds in like 3 or 4 days. Catch the symptoms early though, that way you're not as miserable. I'm about to ruin somebody's motherfucking day with this TikTok. Breadsticks, right? I bought 3 boxes of these puppies, and this has happened with 2 of the 3 boxes, and I'm willing to bet it happened with this box too. See, I was raised to believe that the dotted strip along the top of this box is where you open it, right? It even has the instructions right there. Now watch this. Yep. That's where the opening to the breadsticks are. Not at the end that had the opening strip, but on the exact bottom of the box. New York Bakery, please get your shit together.
Do you realize how incredible it is that you're still nice to...
Oh, trust me, I more than make up for it. I have an incredibly bad habit of selling myself short, thinking that I am not deserving of anything, because that was the one statement that was drilled into me by my peers growing up. You are worthless and will amount to nothing. Every time something new and wonderful comes into my life, my mind automatically goes to worst case scenario. And how many ways can this go wrong? How many ways can I mess this up for myself? Being a YouTuber too, I have those intrusive thoughts of, oh, people aren't nice to me because they actually like me. They're nice to me because they want something from me. I've always been told that I have a big heart, that I have a heart of gold when it comes to other people. But the person that I treat worst of all is myself. I have to agree with the uploader of that TikTok. What the fuck is that shit? I just so happen to be a custodian. And let me just say, if that would have been at any of the school districts that I have worked at, I would have some strong words for that fucking teacher. Just like that little boy, I have had to dig shit and toilet paper out of a toilet with my bare hands because a plunger wasn't enough. But as a custodian, that is my motherfucking job. If that teacher would have worked at any of the schools that I have worked at, you would be seeing me hauling my butt to that teacher and saying, that's not how we're gonna do that. Until further notice, you are doing my job until the board knows what the fuck to do with you. You don't make a 5-year-old little boy do that. I don't care who you are. Okay, so if you guys have seen my TikToks doing my apartment tour and everything, you know that I have an old as fuck TV. Like an old as fuck TV. And one of my mutuals saw this and was like, no! Look at what she sent me in the mail. Roku TV. I'm gonna try to get it out of the box and set it up. Life hack, how do you screw in some screws when you don't own a screwdriver? Skizzers. Mama! You didn't have to do this for me. There's a Roku channel? Done. Now I have a TV in my bedroom. Thank you, Mama Mimi, you're the best.
Said I'm gonna roast the hell out of your zodiac sign. Aries, why are you fucking mad all the time?
Well, wouldn't you be mad too if someone even heard your zodiac sign and just automatically went... A lot of us feel like we're under this pressure to always be in control of the situation. We're the big brother that has to know how to do everything. Whether it's with school, work, hobbies, or problems our friends are having, we're expected to know how to fix problems and be there. Chances are we're angry because we're stressed. And we have problems telling people, hey, I'm stressed. Our lives could be crumbling to ash around us. We still won't ask for help. And it has to be done right. It has to be done perfectly with no other problems or issues. Because if there are problems or issues, we get even angrier. The stove has never had time to cool down. A break. That's all we want is a break.
I cannot believe you exist. You just fucking shouldn't. You fucking shouldn't. This man would snatch your man. And he could snatch me the fuck up too. Come on back. It smells like Chubby Chaser. Come on. About to feed on my black queens who love some black women. Why is that so canon? I'ma pass on you, but I'll take your brother. You, but with a man bun.
And you know what? I get where this person is coming from. When I first watched Black Butler, I did not understand the hype either. It actually took me watching all of season 1 of Black Butler for me to go, okay, there's gotta be a season 2 to this shit. I was like, yeah, Sebastian Michaelis is good looking, but my heart isn't exactly swooning. That is until the scene in season 1 when he tore Ash Landers to pieces. I hate to admit it, but that scene still gets me riled up. Now, where I understand this is I don't understand the Undertaker hype. For me, it's like, we saw his eyes. So what? I don't get people who simp over Grell either. That's probably because I'm a demon simp. I simp over Sebastian, Claude, and William a little bit. Been doing this since 2013, ain't stopping now. So I just got home from my first day at a new job. And of all the stuff that has happened, I have just one thing to say. Everything hurts! Did you miss me, Sif, baby? So there's not really any sort of tea to be spilled just yet. This is going to be my third day on the job, and there's not really any sort of drama that I'm hip to between the custodial staff just yet. But here's the thing about the building I'm working in. The damn place is like Wonderland. The hallways take all kinds of twists and turns, nothing makes sense, and none of the clocks read the right time. I'm starting to get adjusted to the new building. However, I spent my entire first day wandering around it because I was entirely lost and didn't know where anything was. Everything hurts because I've been self-employed for the past 6 months, so my body is not used to doing manual labor. I'm slowly getting adjusted. It's probably going to take me the rest of the week to officially get used to working again. The bright thing is that my bed and my couch have never felt comfier.
Hey there, you. Looking fantastic, by the way. If someone tagged you in the comments over here, it's because they have an important message for you, and they chose me to pass it along. I'm honored. Still, if you could do us both the favor of blind reacting this, I'll give you a second to cue it back up. Oh hey, you've been here the whole time? Still looking great, by the way. The person who sent you this wanted you to know that deeply, truly, from the bottom of their heart, they wanted you to just waste 1 minute of time on TikTok. Just to take a minute and throw it in the garbage, watching some guy with a beard and a flannel shirt mumble nonsense into his head mic. Maybe that guy will try to do a Kermit the Frog impression. An impression he's not great at, by the way. I love being green! You see? Not even close. Kinda like Ray Romano. I'm even wearing green. Ah well, the important thing is we've wasted this time very efficiently now. It's gone. You can't get it back. But you can pass this curse on to others. So tag them over here and let them know. Also tag Cadiosaurus. It'll be funny.
When I have a bad day, I don't kill people.
When I have a bad day, I smoke cigarettes until I feel like I'm having a slightly less bad day. When I have a bad day, I will mix a shot of Kahlua with a tall glass of milk, and it tastes just like Mouville chocolate milk. When I have a bad day, I'll drink some coffee. When I've had a bad day, I will eat a lot of sugary foods. When I've had a bad day, I will scream the song Bullet by Hollywood Undead at the top of my lungs. When I've had a bad day, I'll meditate with some crystals. As a witch, when I've had a bad day, sometimes I'll talk about it with some of my deities. When I've had a bad day, I'll binge watch some of my favorite anime. When I've had a bad day, I might reach out to friends or family. When I've had a bad day, I'll take a nice hot shower and go to bed. When I have a bad day, I don't kill people.